We then went into the exclusive 360 set. It then came out, basically talking about an arcade title that they're working on. The guy that was them, I hate it when things like this happen, unless obviously it's EA, but I'll explain a little bit later on that one. The guy's microphone just didn't want to know, cutting in and out all the time. But the game that they were actually showing was a game called Shadow Complex. It looks a little bit like Lode Runner. It's a massive map. You can use environments to actually attack, sort of like shooting down electrical cables which you'll swing into enemies and take them out. They're promising 120 hidden items and over 10 hours of gameplay, and also lots of replayability and big boss fights. It looks really, really good for such. When you look at the actual arcade titles, the downloads aren't exactly massive, but it does look really, really impressive. That's due out this summer. They then moved on to Joyride, which is sort of an in-house development. When they released the new Xbox experience, and they promised a lot of avatar-driven games, this is basically custom for that. It's an avatar racer, basically along the community lines. The best thing that they're saying is it's actually free to download and to play. You can basically pay for customizations, like with your cars. You can buy new tracks, all different bits and pieces like that. But if, say, anyone on my friends list also has this when it is released, say I land out going out and buying a track, if I wanted to use that track with someone on my friends list, the person that's on my friends list that wants to play it doesn't have to worry about paying for it themselves. They can still get the benefits of using those tracks by basically joining a party with me, and it does look really, really good. They then led off with some more trailers. Crackdown 2, Left 4 Dead 2. Both of those I'll tackle more in depth when I get around to the actual gaming company videos. Splinter Cell Conviction was up next, starting with a trailer, then straight into a live demo. Graphics look absolutely amazing, no question about it. The story progresses in real time. Basically from the demo, what you were seeing is a lot of sort of projections onto walls and windows, basically saying that you have to infiltrate a building or take out such and such. So basically, instead of sort of giving you sort of cuts into the actual action itself, everything's unfolding as you're actually playing the game. They've also introduced a new ability called Mark and Execute, which is basically like a quick kill tactic. They're also promising for each area in game it's going to be very sandboxing style, so it basically gives you freedom of exactly how you approach each one of the levels. Up next, which was the one that I was praying to hear about, Forza 3. For a game that's been kept under wraps, they're already promising it's going to be out in October, which I'm absolutely stoked about. The typical flashy sort of stage opening, with an Audi R8 V10 on stage, but who cares, I just want to see the game. Game, as with all the Forza games so far, looks absolutely fantastic. Both the tracks, the backgrounds and the cars, all perfectly modelled. They've already said that the game's going to run at 60 frames per second, and the big draw of Forza 2 with the customization is being pushed even further with this one. They basically did a whole video section dedicated to the fact of how much customization is actually in the game, down to the fact that proper racing drivers are using Forza 2 community's designs for their own cars, or just to get inspiration for it. We then had the Halo team come out, first off starting with Halo 3 ODST, straight into a live demo. Graphically fantastic, but you've got to expect it. It takes place slightly before Halo 3. You play a rookie who's been separated from the rest of his team. Looks slightly stealthy compared to other Halo games, but as opposed to just being like with all the other Halo games where you're basically blasting through a story, with this one, to basically figure out what's happened, you'll find like important items dotted around. Once you pick them up, you'll sort of flashback to who actually had basically dealings with it. They showed It's like a detonator. You then flash back into one of the other ODSTs, playing through his part to find out exactly what